Chanel and Dior has been killing it lately. It seems as if they are in competition with one another with their various launches. I thought the Beige was going to be the summer launch, but they brought out some more products which will drop mid-June. I'm not sure of the date, but mid-June. Dior also has been coming out with a lot of stuff, so I decided to create a perfect summer look using the products, their new launches. A lot of their launches has actually been very, very good. Or they've been decent. Even the ones I don't like very much, they've actually been decent. So I decided to create a look using the Beige collection from Chanel and some of the Dior products as well that launched lately. So let me show you the products that I did pick up. But before I do that, welcome back to my channel. This is from the Beauty, and where we talk or are interested in everything beauty related and sometimes fashion. I deal mainly with high-end luxury products, but sometimes I can get the drugstore products if it piques my interest enough. If you're interested in beauty and how I achieve this look, consider joining this channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. This helps me out a lot with the algorithm. That is the way you will support my channel and encourage me to continue. I would also like to hear from you what you think about the products. I like a discourse or a suggestion. So drop it in the comment box and let me know what you think about the products that we're going to look at today. So I picked, like I said, from the Beige collection, I picked the concealers. I picked two of them. Then I picked, the Chanel uh, blush in Nectar. This is B80 and B10. I also picked up their mascara, which is the Beige Mascara Volume and Extension Mascara. So I also picked up the High Shine Gloss. I picked it in, what are the colors again? I know this one is Lavender, and this is just a Glossy something. I'll put the name on the screen. That's what I picked from Dior. Furthermore, I picked up the bronzer. I know it's not going to bronze on my skin tone, but I just loved this, as well as the Ladybird. The packaging is awesome. So I picked up the Coral one, and as you can see, I have been using it. I use it either as a finishing powder or on top of my bronzer. And then I picked up the Beige powder, which is awesome. This is my first time of trying it. It's not a new product, but this is my first time of trying this powder, and I have actually been missing. It adds no more pigment. It doesn't add, well, let me say, volume to what you have already put on your face. It doesn't make it cakey. It's a real light sheer powder, which I really love. I picked up the Dior Addict lip gloss. I picked up a color. I wanted to try the formula, and of course I love it. I do love most of Dior's lip products, if not all of them. And then I think I also picked up a lip product, one of their new shades. I picked this up from the Beige collection. So all this is what I have on my face, but I did add a little bit of the new shade from Danessa Myrix on my eyes. But apart from that, that's, oh no. And then I picked the Dior sticks. I picked two of those and I used one of them on my eyes today. So yes, that is all the things we're going to try and see whether we love it, how it performs, good for matured skin, textured skin, and also whether the shade range, is for us. So let's jump right into applying these products. So the two foundations I have are the La Beige water tint and as well as the Dior stick. So this is very light. This is very light, and if you have matured skin, textured skin, this will work very well for the summer. But if you want something that will cover a bit more, the Dior works very well. This is my favorite foundation and the shade. So it's up to you which one you want. I'm going to use the water tint for today, and I have deep and medium deep. Deep for the perimeter of my face and medium deep for the center of my face. So this is how they look. So I'll start with the center first. one pump, and I'm using the BK Beauty 109 brush, and you can see how it is actually blending to my skin tone over here and receiving a luminous glow. So I'll put on the other side too. So bear in mind that this is a water tint. It's not going to cover much, but I love the finish. So one more in the center of my nose right here. I know this will probably not cover hyperpigmentation, but I can use the concealer for it. So shaking deep, it's going to go in 4 places. One, one on the side of my face right here. You see how glowy and beautiful the finish is. So this evens out my complexion and still allows my skin to show through. It's not clogging my pores. It is a very nice finish. So next thing I want to put on is the concealer. It's the new one, the beige concealer. I also have the Chanel Le Teint foundation. I know I didn't pronounce that well. No foundation. I still have the Chanel Le Teint concealer. So the concealers are from the Le Beige line, the new one, and I have it in B10, B110, and B80. This one to um, the B110 to cover the dark circles, and the B80 to highlight just a little bit of highlight. They are light concealers, so it's not going to really cover much. So if you want it to cover, use a corrector before you use this, which is what I'll do. So this is made in France and has a 6-month shelf life. I will go in with B110. I'll just show you on my wrist. This is B110 and this is B80. So B80 and B110. As I already said, this concealer has a light coverage, so I'm going to, it might be a lot looking at it, but it isn't a lot. I'm going to put right here. So while that is drying a little bit, I like to leave it to dry just a tad bit before I blend it all out. I'm going to go and do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. So let's blend that out. I'm going to use the Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty brush at A506. So I'm going to use this to blend out the concealer. So as you can see, it didn't cover completely the dark circles. A little bit is still showing through, but that is good for my under eyes. My under eyes are extremely dry. I have to have a hydrating concealer. I do have other concealers that are full coverage and hydrating, but for this look, because we're trying to make it minimal, not a full beat, but still stay and still be long lasting. So and not emphasize pores or texture on the skin or fine lines. So that's what we're trying to do with this look. A little bit of brightening right here. So what I'm going to do is just to blend the foundation once again before I put powder. There's nothing extra here. Okay, so I don't have any powder for my under eyes from Dior or Chanel, so I'll use Huda Beauty. And this is just for my T-zone. I'll put the name of the brush on for this one. That's what I'm going to use for my under eye. Oops, I didn't tap off. Okay, so I've put on the Huda Beauty powder, the Sherry Blossom and Peach Pie. That's what I used to powder just the center of my face. I didn't put it all over my face, just for the center. So for the bronzer, which is what I do next, I'm going to use the Dior Stick bronzer. I have it in shade 5, so I'm just going to use that. It Cosmetics brush from Ulta. So I use it to add just a little bit of dimension to my skin. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to put on is Beiges Healthy Glow Blush. And I picked it up in Nectar, which is kind of like plummy purple shade. Very travel friendly, this. And let me see what else. Has a 12-month shelf life, and it's also made in France. So let me show you how that is and see how it looks. I'm gonna blend it a little bit on my hand if I put it right here. Can you see that healthy glow? It is so beautiful. This blends so smoothly. This gives a very healthy glow. So I picked up the Lavage Healthy Glow Sheer Powder. This one is not a new product. It's been there, but I haven't tried it before, so I decided to pick it up. I'm going to put it to over here to kind of powder it without giving it a lot of, how do I say it? Without piling on more product. It is quite a very sheer powder, which I love. And I picked it again in 110. That's what it looks like, 110. And it does come with a brush. So I'm putting it right here. You can see it doesn't add any more coverage. It just gives that healthy blend. So it's going to be at the perimeter of my face. I love how it feels. I wish I had gotten a color for my under eyes, but I'll probably do that later. This is one I've been using quite a bit. It is from Dior, and I actually picked this up because of the daisies and the little ladybird. But it's not going to bronze. You can see I've used it quite a bit. It's not going to bronze anything on my skin tone. So I bought it basically because I wanted to use it as a bronzer topper. So I use it to transition my bronzer to the what do you call it, to the blush. So that's what I use this for. So I'm going to do that right now using the smaller side of the hourglass. So I'm going to take, I bought it in the coral, so I'm going to take both of them like this, and so you can see it doesn't tame down the glow of the blush. It tames it down a bit, but it doesn't really take it out so that it looks flat. You can always use just one powder. So for your whole face, these are just extra steps. I don't have a powder blush yet, so I'm going to add a bit more of this blush on top. We can always also see how it performs on top of a powder, which it looks like it does perform very well. So I'm going to spray to melt all the powder that I've put on. And I'm going to use the Dior Air Flash spray. It's a hydrating spray, and there are like mixed opinions about this, but I love it and I love the smell. So, and it does what it says it will do. So that's what I'm going to do right now before we go over to the highlighter and my eyes. So I picked up two of the, what do you call it, the Glassy glow sticks from Dior. There we go. So they are called Backstage Glassy glow stick. Multi-use. You can use it on your lips, your cheeks, and where else, the décolleté, and wherever you want to use it. So the glossy jelly, this one is like translucent, but it gives you a glow. And then the other one is glazed lavender, which is a shimmer, a pop lilac shimmer. I picked this up. I don't have any, what do you call it, any highlighter that is this color, and it will suit also the blush that I picked up from Lavage. So what's the thing about these? These are multi-use, made in France. I did not see any suggested shelf life for these, but we'll see. Since this glossy jelly is kind of like clear, we're going to use both of them. So I do have a short showing these, how they look, but I'll put it right here. This is the glossy jelly. You can see doesn't do much. It's just kind of a translucent glow. And then and this is the lavender, which is so pretty. We're going to try the glossy jelly again. I'm going to use my fingers. Oh yeah, you can see it now. No smell, just smells like petroleum jelly. So all right, and then let's put on this one. Actually, let me put this on this side. I'm gonna swipe it. That's lovely. It flows very well with nectar that I got from the Lavage collection. When I was swiping it, it did take off some of the foundation over here. Just so you be aware, it might not be a good idea to just swipe it, but I will swipe it on this one. So actually it's really nice, it's really pretty. So on this side we didn't put the glossy jelly, so let's do that. So I'm going to take it from the brush this time. Oh wow. I think, you tell me, from what I'm seeing, I feel like this is glowier than the other one. But you let me know what you're seeing on the screen. This is real glowy. You can see. Going to the eyes, I picked up the flash sticks from Dior as well as the latest Dynasamirics Glow Color Fix sticks. I picked one of the new ones. This is like a topper. For the Dynasomirics, I picked it in Duo 00. And and for this one, I picked Lucky Clover, which is like greeny, and then the Rosewood Tool, which is like pinky. So these are the two. I think I will leave the Lucky Clover out, but I'll show you the swatch. It's just that it will clash too much with what I have on. So I'm thinking the pink will be better, but we'll see. So here we go. This is the Lucky Clover. It's so beautiful. Green color. I've been using this. It's not a first impression for me. And this one is Rosewood 2. Okay. And this is how it looks. And like you can just, I'm going to remove this one. You can mix and match this. I do have other ones, the older ones from Dynasomirics. Like you can mix and match these sticks and or just take one and go with it. Very small, very travel friendly. Okay, so I put it right here. Wow, you see that? Wow, that is so bright. It also comes with a cover that I haven't mentioned, which is this, so that it doesn't dry out. And let me put this right here. Wow, can you see that? So I'm just gonna do this. You see how easy it doesn't tug on your eyelid? All right, let's put it all the way in. Let's just put the Dynasomirics on top of this and the inner corner. Oh dear, can you see that? Maybe it wasn't a good idea to swipe it directly. Let me, I didn't know we're supposed to be creating a perfect summer look, but ooh, I just wanted to try this Dynasomirics. But you can also use it at night during the summer when you're going out. Otherwise, there's one and done shades from Dior. It works so well. All right. To use these Dynasomirics duos, I actually would not put it on my eyelid direct because sometimes smoke can, it might be too much. Probably use a brush to do that because on this side you can see that using a brush it gives me control over the placement. But this one has a lot more of it because I swapped it on my face. So just an observation with this Dynasomiric sticks. Okay, I also picked up the black mascara from the Lavage collection. I think there are two colors or three. I know there is a brown and I know there's a black, but I'm not sure whether there's another one. But I picked up the black on this one and it's not a first impression. I actually do enjoy using this. So we're going to use it right here. You can see I don't have a lot of eyelash. So let's go ahead and put this on. It just lifts and separates your lashes. I really like it. and elongates it too. So jumping into the lips, I bought two lip products, one from Dior, which is their lip glass, and then one from Chanel, which is the Coco Rouge. These ones came out newly as well. So I got it in Zesty for the Chanel. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. As well as this one, they're almost the same. What's the name of this one? Mm, Pink Millie. So this is Pink Millie. They're almost alike. This is darker, I think, and has more pink than Zesty. So for this is described more as a rosewood red. So it has both the pink and some red in it. I can see that. And then this one is more burnt orange and yeah, more burnt orange, orangey red. That's what I see. But this is meant to be lip gloss, so it is sheer. So here, so we're going to start with this one. So I also picked up the lip liner, the longwear lip liner from Chanel, and I picked it in 184 Rouge Intense. I know they came out with some new colors, but I'm not sure whether this is one of the new colors, but this matches well with the lip, I think. And the lip liner is made in Germany and a 12-month shelf life. And I think this, they said it's half red, maybe more of a brick red. It comes with this right here, this brush, a lip brush on one side, and this is the pencil on the other side. So let's see whether it will fit well with this. Oh yes, it does go very well with this lipstick. So I'll take this off and we'll go ahead and try the Dior. So let's try the Pink Millie from Dior, the lip glass. It's made in France, but I can't see a suggested shelf life. And let's see how this works. It's supposed to give a high shine. This is so pretty. I think I'll leave this one on because it goes more with the look than the other one. And so here's the finished look. So my final thoughts on some of the products that I put on my face today. I'm going to start with the concealer. The concealer, it does come in a glass bottle. I think this is a serum concealer. It is aptly named. No matter how much you put on your eyes, it's not cakey, it's not too much. So making this the perfect summer concealer. It is not, it's a light coverage, light to medium coverage. It's not going to cover up a lot of dark circles. So if you have hyperpigmentation, you might want to color correct, which I did color correct a little bit today. And before I use this, this is quite light and it is not cakey, it is very hydrating. My under eyes are very dry, but it this works very well with it. It doesn't feel dry after, and it lasts the whole day once I set it. So, and I set it with just a light touch of powder, mainly most of the time the Pat McGrath under eye powder. So my aim for today is not actually the perfect base. The products I use today let your skin breathe and show much more of your skin. So in that case, these concealers work very well. So I used 110, 110B, 110 at the center of my face, and then I used B80 to highlight under my eyes. And I know it didn't cover everything, but it gave decent coverage because I have a birthmark here and it managed to make it blend with my skin. So what am I saying? I love this and I'm going to be using it all summer. They have quite a wide range of shades for this concealer, which is awesome. And so my darker skinned sisters, I mean darker than me, I am dark, but darker than me can see something for them. So, and if you have wrinkles, lines on the eye lines, texture on your skin, this doesn't accentuate those. This actually does work very well or complements what you have already on your face. So that's saying that that says a lot. So, and the colors are also not overly orange, which sometimes I find Chanel does. So I stopped buying Chanel concealers, but I see these ones, they've come a long way with this one and the one that they launched earlier this year, which is the Tint, I believe. Yeah, I'm not sure where I kept it, but yeah, that's it for the concealer. So it's good for textured skin. If you have dry under eyes, that works very well. Has a wide range of shades, so it is approved for mature skin. Then going to the blush. The blush, this blush is awesome. And you can see how glowy it is. Though I do have a highlight on top, but you can see how glowy it is on the skin. It is very lovely. And I like the shade I picked, the Nectar. I haven't tried this formula blush from Chanel before. I don't know whether it's a new one, but I haven't tried this formula before, so I'm pleasantly happy that this is good for uh, darker skin sisters. They do have two other shades, but this one is really good for if you have darker skin. It doesn't accentuate pores, it just gives you a nice glow, and it doesn't accentuate texture on the face. So I really do think this is a very good buy, and I'll be using it. For the lipstick, this is the Rouge Coco Flash, one of the new shades. I did wear it, and nothing much to say about it. The formula is good, it's quite hydrating, but there's nothing else to say about this lip. I just wanted to try one of their new shades. I do have some of the older ones, but that was before the reformulation, so this is good. Then I'm looking at, of course, the Dior glass glow sticks. These are really good. So I have it on top of here, and I picked up the lavender one. The lavender one I put on top over here, and it is so pretty. I don't have any highlighter or glow stick that is this color. It doesn't go on my skin as chalk. You know how some of these springy colors, some of those, when you put them as a blush or so on your face, if you're darker skin, it shows that it has a white base. This doesn't have it. This actually just goes very well on the skin. So that I like a lot. And then the other formula is the glossy formula. This is really good, and you can put it on the high points on your face, and it's kind of translucent, but it does give a pretty glossy finish glow. So I like that a lot. In terms of accentuating pores, it doesn't. In fact, all the products I used today, none of them had any issues. They all worked very well for my skin tone. So I have couple oily skin, and they all worked well for me. So if you have couple oily skin, more matured skin, like myself, you have texture, large pores. All these products work very well with it. So if I'm paying this kind of price for these products, I would want them to do what they have claimed to do, and they did do that. I have to give them that. Both the Dior and the Chanel. This one is the Dior. I haven't used it on camera before, but you can see it's well loved. But I use it as a topper for my bronzer, or I use it as a finishing powder for the perimeter of my face. And I've been loving it. It works very well for me. And then we have the mascara. The mascara, I love it. It says it lifts and separates, and it elongates a little bit. All the products, in my opinion, they look very, very good. Um, Approved, mature skin approved, according to me, as well as it being good for textured skin. It doesn't accentuate pores, and it looks real good, looks real youthful. So I do like it. One thing I forgot to mention were the Dior sticks. Dior eye sticks, those are really good. It blends like a dream. You don't have to put in much work. You don't even have to put in any work. It does all the work itself. So it is real nice. The shade range is real good on all the products from Dior, from Chanel. The range is pretty good. So Yeah, uh, I'm happy at the way the look came out. It's more festive than I would have worn as my everyday, but that's mainly because of my eyes and then put a lot of powder. But my skin still shows through. So if you want that no makeup look, you're not going to use this this blush and the highlighter. But the foundation, if you could, the tint I used, which is the Chanel water tint, it gives a real natural look. This I can actually wear to the office. It depends on you, but I'll clean down the shine a bit. And on my eyes, I wouldn't put the Danis on top of it. I'll just do it a one and done, which I've done before. Just put the pink on my eyes and then I'm going. Actually, this is my perfect summer look, especially if I want to go out in the evening. First of all, nobody needs to buy anything because I'm sure we can replicate these things. But I'm a makeup lover, so if you're a makeup lover like myself, yes, then these work very well and it's practical. You can use them, which is very important. I'm not a good person to go and buy something and just keep it and look at it. No, I want to use it and I want to enjoy it. That's the reason I bought it. But yes, I will not finish everything I have, but at least I'll enjoy it while I'm using it. So for me, if you like any of these products, I think they are good buys and they are worth the cost of the products. I mean, it's luxury anyway, so I think they are reasonably priced for luxury products. If this video has in any way helped you make a decision or you just enjoyed spending time with me today, which I do appreciate very much, consider subscribing and giving me a like or commenting. I would really want to know what you all thought about the products. I really like to know in the comment box. And so let's continue the discussion down in the comment box with all the things I have. And thank you for joining today. And until then, be safe, stay blessed, and bye bye.